Shout out to everybody watching tonight at Redshores.ca and to those of you joining us live, of course. We really appreciate your business here tonight. As the 8th race moves up to the Metro Home Building Center starting gate, it's the My Biggest Fan Foundation pace with trackside presentation. Let's go back upstairs to track announcer Vance Cameron.
J.J. Brienne, Fuzzpod. LeVion Rose, How My Plays. Lorton Valley Bar back in the game. Warwi Eula. Dueling Banjos, top of the stretch. Here they come. There they go, up and pacing. J.J. Brienne back in the game, are leaving out. Oh, and they're hooked up into the turn. A lot of confusion here in the early going. Racing up front on the outside to the lead. That is back in the game. J.J. Brienne is second, up into third. Hamac Blaze. Now in fourth, Fuzzpod. Racing from fifth, LeVion Rose. Then in sixth, along the inside is Lorne Valley Barb. Racing seventh, Warwi Eula. And trailing the field, Dueling Banjos. And there goes the inquiry sign. 8th race now under a judge's inquiry. They're on past the opening quarter. J.J. Brienne and Johnny D right on the engine. 28 and 1 was the quarter, and she leads by 2.5. Racing second is back in the game. Then in third, that is Hamac Plays. Fuzzpod at the rail fourth. Then in fifth, LeVion Rose. Racing sixth, that's Lorne Valley Barb. Seventh is Warwi Eula, and the trailer is Dueling Banjos. At the midway point, alone on the lead is J.J. Brienne in 57 and 1. Racing from second is back in the game. Third up the rail is Hamac Blaze. On the move in the outside fourth, LeVion Rose. Then up the rail, Fuzzpod is fifth. On the outside, Lorne Valley Barb in sixth. Warwi Eula is seventh, and trailing the field, Dueling Banjos. Up front, it's still J.J. Brienne. Down to a quarter of a mile to go. Back in the game is closing in. From the outside, LeVion Rose third. On the cones fourth. Hamac Plays the 3/4 in 1:27 and 1. Approaching the 7/8. J.J. Brienne is still there. Turning for home. Back in the game second. LeVion Rose is third. Up the inside fourth. That is Hamac Plays. Look at this finish. Set the camera up. Here's Lorne Valley Barb. She got it all. Fuzzpod up second. We need a show photo. Time for the mile in 1:58 and 3.
Well, here comes the slow-mo replay from tonight's 8th race, the My Biggest Fan Foundation pace. And what a finish, Ken.
Yeah, it was wild here. They're coming from everywhere in this one. 28 and 1, 57 1 sets it up, 127 and 1/5 as they turn home. J.J. Brienne, who basically carved it out here, and they start to close in from everywhere. Back in the game took over, and Warwi Eula was on the far outside. The favorite never gets a chance, was forced way wide. Trying to squeeze up the cones is for Hamac Blaze. Fuzzpod is right there, gets the deuce, but it's Lorne Valley Barb. Miles Heffernan doubles up here with his second win of the night. Third win of the season for the daughter of Articulator, Lorne Valley Barb, off a 5th place finish. Gets it all here on the line in 1:58 and 3/5, but hold all tickets, judge's inquiry.
The judges inquire in the 8th race. They're examining the race after the start into the first turn. The judges' inquiry continues in the 8th race. At the present time, numbers 6 and 7 have finished third in the dead heat. There's going to be a placing out of race number 8. The racing officials are going to parade number 2, Fuzzpot, to the winner's circle. There's Fuzzpot arriving at the 8th race winner's circle, bay pacing mare 4 by Arts Peak. From the Dragon Again Dam, Moonlit Dragon, home by Don McNeil Jr., Stanhope, trained by Jeff Wallace. Dale Spence in the driver's seat for the winning ride. There will be an adjustment to the mile. That is 2. Flushpot placed first in the 8th race at trackside. My Biggest Fan Foundation joining us tonight in big-time numbers has the cooler presentation. Now the results of the judges' inquiry in the 8th race. Racing officials deemed that number 5, Lorne Valley Barb, interfered with numbers 2, 3, and 4 after the